God wants you in a relationship with someone, things will fall in place perfectly, meaning that things will align. Now, that does not mean that things will be completely perfect every single day. And it also does not mean that that person that God has ordained to be in your life will always do things perfectly, that person is going to be perfect and you're going to both display perfect behaviors. That's not what it means. What it means is that God is aligning your paths because there is a purpose for the both of your lives, and you're supposed to walk and fulfill your purposes together. And in fulfilling your purposes together, it doesn't mean again that things will be perfect, because if God wanted things to be perfect, there would not be things that you need to learn about that person, and there would not be things that that person needs to learn about you. You both are in this divine union in order to grow, bounce off of one another, grow and learn things about yourselves that you're needing to change and let go of, all while keeping God first. Keeping God first is the most important thing. That is number one. If you do not keep God first, things will not align the way that they're supposed to. There will always be a misalignment and disagreements and chaos and confusion. If either one of you are not listening to God and being obedient, or if either of you are carrying a stubborn spirit, it makes it very difficult for you all to align completely. Now, that does not mean that you will not have moments of alignment, meaning that sometimes you'll have moments where you're aligned and you're misaligned, and you're aligned and you're misaligned. But again, you both are supposed to learn from your differences, learn from the situations that you both encounter, learn how to properly communicate with one another. It should not be you yelling at each other, because when you're yelling at somebody, you're not actively listening. And when we are not applying active listening skills, we miss a lot of things. And a majority of the time, God is speaking through that person and speaking through you to translate or to provide a message to either of you. And if you all are not actively listening, you will miss what God is trying to tell you. Again, very important for you to know, when you are ordained to be with someone, it does not mean that you will not have challenges. The enemy will find ways to attack you even more, because it doesn't want this divine connection or union to manifest into something greater and to properly fulfill the purposes that God has on the both of you all's lives, so that you can impact other people's lives. That's not what the enemy wants. Things will align perfectly, but it does not mean that things will always be aligned. You both are meant to acknowledge your differences, acknowledge things about yourselves that you are needing to change and let go of. And until you officially let go of, or have a openness and a willingness to accept God and align fully with God, you will not be able to fully align with them.